Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel for my baby bump diaries episode for week 21. Let's talk about symptoms. They've been a little peculiar. I've had some really intense, well, I guess what I would call intense back pain, and it occurs right towards the end of my night while I'm getting up in the morning. So around 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I can really feel like my discomfort in my back, and even the pregnancy pillow that I purchased about a week and a half ago now, it helps, but it doesn't alleviate the problem altogether. So, and then at the end of my work day around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I start to really experience that back pain again. So I have to stand up, I have to stretch, I have to, just do something to kind of release that tension in my back. So that's been a new development, and I've been dealing with it the best that I can. I was getting a lot of Charlie horses at night in my legs, specifically my calves. So I was recommended to start incorporating more like bananas in my diet that have potassium. Well, I don't eat bananas plain, so a lot of smoothies have been added in with bananas, and that's actually really helped. So a quick update on the stuffy nose and nosebleeds is thanks to Amanda from Strength Beyond the Storm. I've been using the nasal saline spray, and it actually has helped. The first night I used it, it kind of like went a little too far up and then dropped down, and it was really gross in my throat, but it kept my passages clear, so I was able to not feel like I'm like hacking something up in the morning when I'm in the shower, which was a nice change. So thanks Amanda for that suggestion. Another thing that I've experienced more of is I'm back to feeling tired again. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon at work, I feel like my head is going to hit the desk. I am that tired. So again, with the back pain, getting up and moving around and doing something to kind of find that energy again is really helpful, but otherwise I'm starting to sink. And a couple of days this past week, I did go to bed at 7:30, and I was out, just out for, 9 hours. So she was growing, obviously. Little Harper. If you didn't know, I'm having a baby girl, and her name is Harper. But yeah, was probably growing a lot this week. All right, weight gain. I'm up between 1 and 2 pounds. It really all depends on my eating habits and other things. So total between 10 and 11 pounds, and I am over halfway through, so that's pretty good, and I'm very happy about that. My dreams have taken a shift. I have experienced a lot more oddball dreams where what I watched at that evening, like television, would directly affect my dreams that night, or they've been very sexual. So there you have it. The best moment this week is that Joe got to finally feel Harper again after that one little moment in time that he felt a pop about 2.5 weeks ago. He got to feel her again, and it was just so amazing, and I've been feeling her move so much. She is just loving finding her little cozy spot. She really sits over on my right side and like snugs herself into like a corner of my uterus. It's just so sweet. I love it. And she moves more after I eat. So I'm always waiting for the little like butterfly feelings to come around after I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Since we're on the topic of little Miss Harper, let's talk about where she's at. She is the size of a cantaloupe right now, and a cantaloupe is pretty decent size, which is awesome. She also looks like she's going to look at birth, only smaller and with a little less fat on her. So I would love at this point to see a 3D image of her to kind of check out her facial features, but I just love the fact that she looks like what she will at birth right now. It's pretty amazing. So that really wraps up the 21-week update. We are just over the moon that we are having a little girl, and I was completely surprised too. So let's, before I go any further into that, let's bring my husband in and let's talk together. Thanks for joining me, honey.
You're welcome.
So let's talk about our anatomy scan that we had last Friday. What were going through your head?
I think for the most part, what we were concerned about was not finding out the gender. So we were constantly looking away from the screen, but I was still very, interested in what was happening at the same time. So looking at the little fingers and toes and making sure that the valves of the heart were pumping blood.
Right.
But yeah, I think we were more concerned about not surprising ourselves. So we turned away quite a bit. We were there for an hour easily.
Well, the scan itself felt like it was over an hour.
Yeah.
I was amazed to see the profile of little Harper. And because, if you haven't already seen, I did put up the gender reveal. So we're having a little girl and her name is Harper Bernadette. But in the anatomy scan, I was just fascinated with what she looked like and how she was moving. She was sucking her thumb.
Yeah, she picked some, thumb sucker.
And she got her head up into the right side of my uterus and really pushed it up there. So she was kind of all squished, cozy squished. And the one thing that was really awkward for me during the scan was they had to keep bouncing on my belly, bounce, 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 bounce to get her to move. And I was like, ow, because they really kind of get in there to get all of the pictures that they need, which I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I didn't realize the effect afterwards. I kind of felt a little, not severe cramping, but definitely some pain, but it was manageable.
Yes.
So that was our anatomy scan. A healthy little girl. The doctor that came in and talked to us afterwards applauded us for doing the early first trimester scanning for Down syndrome, trisomy 18, and spina
bifida.
Yeah, spina bifida. Because that helped them relate those results to the results of the anatomy scan. And I was, pleasantly surprised that he mentioned it, and very happy that we did decide to actually go through and do the NT scan, because it was just knowledge. It's pure knowledge as new parents, what to expect. And thank you, Artica. So that was really good. We had to drive with 2 envelopes in our hands of what our little baby was, all the way to the bakery and drop that result off so that we could cut into that beautiful cake the next day with family and friends. And I felt pretty calm and relaxed about it.
I think I was definitely more relaxed because I was willing to wait. We had some people who showed up a little late. And I said, well, we can put it off another 15 minutes. And he was like, no, let's go and cut into it. So I don't know how relaxed she actually was, but...
Well, the only reason I said that we were cutting the cake at 2 o'clock. And for some reason, people thought that's when the party started, but the party started at 1. And during that time when people were arriving, some people had to go right at 2:30 to get somewhere, 2:15 to get somewhere. So, I was fine with that. But yeah, there was a few people that didn't show up until after we cut the cake, and the only reason why I didn't hold off is because, there's people who were there on time, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, very true.
But everybody was super excited to know what the gender was. We were really, this whole experience of doing this gender reveal party, it made everybody antsy. I kept getting comments from people like, can we just do it already? Can we just cut in the cake and find out what you're having? And I mean, I really felt that I had the patience. I was just, at the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm ready now too. Let's find out what we're having. I was shocked we were having a girl.
Yeah, when we cut into the cake, I think if you look at the video, which you can find in the link somewhere.
It's on my YouTube channel. You guys can see it. You know where to find it.
Yeah, I closed my eyes as I was cutting into the cake. Even when I was lifting, I saw like your reaction in the video. You were like leaning over like this to make sure you could see it. So you saw it before I did. You're like, it's a girl. So then I looked at the cake. I was like, it's pink.
Yeah, because we were on the back side of the table and we didn't want to see, so we each had a knife in our hand and we each cut a corner and then we lifted it up with a spatula.
Yeah,
a spatula.
A spatula.
And then just to look around and really see what color it was, because it was a light color pink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My eyes could have been playing tricks on me. It could have been blue. I don't know. I had to take a really close look at it, but it was pink inside. We're having a little girl, and we welcomed her with announcing her name, Harper Bernadette. Everybody just oohed and awed, and it was great.
Yeah, and then we also opened up the envelope. We said earlier that we had two. One of them we gave to the baker. The other one was our backup to make sure that the baker didn't mess it up. So then we opened up the envelope, and yeah, sure enough, it said "circled girl" on there. So that was it. Like for sure, you're having a girl now.
Then there was another envelope from the
photo.
anatomy scan with the scan of "I'm a girl" pointing towards her privates.
Little girl's privates.
So that was it. That was our anatomy scan and our gender reveal party, and we are so happy to finally know. We can now start talking to her, give her a name. Like I said, Joe got to finally feel her move and squirm inside. We read to her now, we talk to her, and it
Yell at her.
Gives us this next bonding stage with her until we finally get to meet her come April. Though, I swear she's gonna come early. She's gonna come a week early like her mom did.
I'll say 1 April.
Okay, I'm gonna say like 28th of March. But anyways, we definitely, I think, agree that she'll come a little bit early. But that wraps it up for this edition of my Baby Bump Diaries. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving with your family and friends, and I will see you in my next video for week 22. We're gonna go watch the Hawks game.
Go Hawks.
Bye! Okay, so here is the 21-week belly. Definitely growing in size. And because of that, I did pick up some more maternity clothes. I'll try and do a maternity clothes shot video here soon, but there she is, 21 weeks along.